PPE can either be incredibly valuable or incredibly useless depending on how you use it. First, let's start with the mask. The purpose of the mask is maybe not what you think it is. The mask does very little to protect you when you're wearing it from the virus. What the mask does is protects people around you from you. So even if you don't have symptoms and don't think you have the virus, you still need to wear a mask because a large number of people are asymptomatic. They don't have symptoms. They don't experience the virus even though they are carrying it. And even if you do get really sick, you're still spreading the virus before you even know you're sick. So that's why everybody needs to wear a mask. The virus is carried on these little aerosolized particulates, right? That when we talk, when we cough, when we sneeze, when anything comes out of our mouth, it comes out. It's in the air. And if you have a mask on, it keeps those inside the mask, largely keeps them inside the mask. And it doesn't matter, you can use a mask like this. You could use a homemade mask. You can wear a bandana. You can do whatever you want. Get creative, do a fun thing with the mask. And it'll make all the difference in the world. But of course, like I said, it only works if everybody's wearing it. If only one person's wearing it, you're not getting a whole lot of value from the mask. That's why we all need to work together and help each other out. And that's what we can do as Americans and take care of Americans and our whole country is if we all wear a mask. And we need to do that when we're in public. So that's the other thing. Do it when you're at the store, when you're around other people like that. It doesn't do any good to wear a mask when you're by yourself in your car. You can do it if you want to. It's fine. I don't care. But you're not going to do any good. You're not helping yourself any. You're not really helping anybody else. So you don't have to do that. That's the good news. Kind of like a condom. You don't need to wear it when you're by yourself in your car either, right? So, and by the way, condom is another type of personal protective equipment. We're just learning to expand our use of PPE. So those are masks. Then we get to gloves. Gloves are a little more challenging. Gloves, they're made of this nice latex. They actually seem a little bit more like condoms. Not really, but gloves are interesting because if you don't use them properly, they are completely useless. So let's say you put some gloves on and you go around and do all your daily stuff, right? You go shopping, you grab your wallet, you get in your car, you got gloves on. You haven't accomplished anything. Why? Because if there's a virus on something and you touch it, it gets on the glove. And then you touch something else, it gets on that something else. And if you just keep touching all the usual things that you would always touch, it doesn't make any difference whether you've got gloves on or don't have gloves on. What makes a difference with gloves is if you use them for one thing. And that's the only way gloves work. You have to put the gloves on, touch that one thing, work with that one thing, take the gloves off, throw them out, then you've been protected. So if you see somebody like at the cash register, who's working the register and they're wearing gloves, unless they're changing the gloves between every single person that they engage with, and they're wiping down their counter and their register and all that, the gloves aren't doing anything. They just might look useful, but they're not helping you or helping them. And if you do use gloves for one of those single-use purposes, like let's say, for example, you were at the gas station and you put on gloves when you got out of your car and you did your thing at the gas station, when you fill the car up, before you get back in the car, you'd want to take the gloves off and dispose of them there in the trash and throw them out. And then you also have to take those gloves off properly because the contaminant, whatever you might have come in contact with, is going to be on the outside of the glove. So you take that one glove off by grabbing the outside and you pull it off. Now you stick a clean finger right underneath into the clean glove and you pull it over the other one and you dump it into the trash like that. So now the inside of the glove is clean and that's all you've touched. But you would be just as well washing your hands or using hand sanitizer, using wipes, and it's just as easy and just as effective as wearing gloves in most cases. So let's all be safe out there. Wear your masks, take care of your hands, keep them clean, keep everybody else safe, and we will all be much better off, and then we can get back to normal much faster. Thank you very much.